Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about the subject digital signal processing. And in digital signal processing subject, we are having 4 chapters. And here the first chapter includes the signals and systems. So, what are the signals we are having? What are the systems we are having? And mainly for what purpose the digital signal processing subject it is used for. So, here digital signal processing, which means that the processing it is carried out in a digital way. So which means that the processing it is done in totally number format, that is it is processing will be done in zeros and ones format, that is total analogous form will be removed and only the processing will be carried out in digital way. So generally so what it is used for? So generally here the digital signal processing it is used for audio signal or speech processing and radar, audio and voice recognition of some financial signals, and also it is used for speech compression for mobile phones as well as speech transmission for mobile phones. This is what for the digital signal processing is used for. And how does the digital signal processing it works? So generally it converts the signal which is in analog form, that is into digital data, and that can be analyzed, and when and also here the signal will be reduced to numbers here, which means that the analog signal it is converted into numbers, that is zeros and ones format. And here how can I learn the digital signal processing? We are having some online courses like Coursera, so we can learn the digital signal processing and we can develop the algorithms also, and we can solve it. And as well as is the digital signal processing is hard. So here we can develop the digital signal processing. We are having some algorithms that are required here and in university level mathematics, not just in discrete maths and Fourier transforms, but in advanced topics such as linear algebra and optimization. And what is digital signal processing and its application? So generally we have seen it is used for also the audio and speech processing, sonar, radar and other sensor, array processing, spectral density estimation, statistical signal processing, and digital image processing, data compression, video coding, audio coding, image compression, signal processing for telecommunications and control systems. These are the applications of the digital signal processing. And here coming to the basic things, here we are having the first chapter it includes the signals and systems. So what are the signals and what are the systems? So here first definition of a signal. What is the definition of a signal? So signal is nothing but a function of variation of some physical quantity with respect to a parameter. So here what is a physical quantity? So it may be either here the if we take, if in electrical sense if we take here here the voltage or current which is varying, that is a physical quantity or electrical quantity with respect to one parameter, nothing but time. Here the voltage it varies with respect to time, or current it varies with respect to time. So signal is nothing but a variation of a physical quantity or the physical quantity which varies with respect to one parameter. It is called a signal. So what is the definition of a signal? So signal is nothing but a physical quantity. It varies with respect to one parameter. It is called a signal. Signal, what does the signal it mean? It conveys the information. So what the signal it consists of? Signal it conveys the information. So what is a system? System is nothing but a device. It generates the output signal for a given input signal. So here the output signal is also called as response. So here the system it will generate the output signal for a given input signal. It is called as a system. So output signal we call it as also a response. Response of the system means that is the output of the system. So here if we see the small figure, that is we are giving input signal to a system and from the system we are getting the output signal. So that we can write it as, here the output signal is y of t, input signal is x of t. So here we can write as y of t is equal to transformation of x of t. Capital T it indicates the transformation. So y of t is equal to transformation of x of t. That is nothing but here the system it indicates what it generates it generates output signal for a given input signal on a transformation. So here also we are providing the relationship between the input and output signals. If the system is providing the relationship between the input and output signals, and also here we are having some examples of signals and the systems. That is, if we see the signals examples, like we are having some sound signals, temperature signals, heat signal, etc. And here we are having some figure. If we see that here A is a person, he is measuring the temperature between some 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. and if we plot this data with respect to temperature, this is the data, that is T1, T2, T3, T4. These are the different temperatures at different times. This is nothing but example of a signal. That is nothing but it is a function of a variation of some physical quantity with respect to one parameter. For example, if we see in electrical sense, already have said that a variation of electrical quantity, that is either voltage or current with respect to time. So if the current and voltage does not change with respect to time, it is not at all called it as a signal. So signal is nothing but only if the physical quantity is changed with respect to time, then only it is called as a signal. So, and here we are also having some classification of signal classifications, and also we will see the classification of systems also. So here if we see the classification of signals, we are having here the signals are classified on based on time. They are continuous time signals as well as the discrete time signals. So here what is the definition of continuous time signal and what is the definition of discrete time signal? So here we are having some kind of figure just in continuous time signal with respect to here x of t with respect to some time. So what is continuous time signal? The signal which is defined at any instant of time x of t, it is called as continuous time signal. Here if we see this figure, what is happening here, this signal, it is defined at any point of time. It is defined at I have shown in dotted lines. So here the signal, it is defined at this time interval, at this time interval, at this time. So at every instant of time the signal is defined. So the signal is continuous in nature. So the signal is defined at every instant of time. That's why it is called as a continuous time signal. If we see the discrete time signal, here if we see that figure, what happened, what is the definition of discrete time signal? So here the discrete time signal is nothing but it is defined only at some instances of time period. So at some instance of time period it is defined, that's why it is called as discrete time signal, and it is in discrete in nature also. So if we see that, if we see the signal, what is happening at some particular instant of time, its value is some 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. So here at some middle there is no graph. So at that interval the time at that interval the signal is not defined. So it is called as discrete time signal. So it is discrete in nature. That's why it is called as discrete time signal. And coming to the classification of signals, not only the continuous time signals and discrete time signals, here also we are having the periodic and aperiodic signals. So what is periodic signal and what is aperiodic signal? So here periodic signal means if the in case of continuous time signal, if there exists a positive value of capital T, if we see the condition, periodic signal condition, if x of t is equal to x of t plus capital T, if this condition is true, then only x of t is called as a periodic signal. If it is not true, it is a aperiodic signal. See here for a discrete time, here if we see for continuous time we are having the condition x of t is equal to x of t plus capital T. In discrete time, if we see, we are having x of n is equal to x of n plus capital N. So this is a for discrete time signal. So if it is not true, it is a aperiodic signal. If it is true, if it is a periodic signal. So here if we see the periodic signal and aperiodic signal, what happened, the signal structure, it does not repeat with time. It is a aperiodic signal. If the signal structure it repeats with the time, it is called as a periodic signal. If the signal structure it does not repeat with the time, what happened, it is a aperiodic signal. And next, if we see the random and deterministic signal. So what is random signal? In the name itself, the signal will be in random in nature. So the signal which is not defined by any mathematical function, it is called as random signal. For example, noise signal is a simple example. And if the signal it is determined with some mathematical function, it is called as a deterministic signal. The name itself, deterministic, so it is determined. So for example, square wave, sine wave, cos waves, triangular wave, anything, the signal which is determined by some mathematical equation, it is called as a deterministic signal. And coming to another signals, we are having energy and power signals. So what is energy signal and what is power signal? If we see the energy signal it is defined in a discrete nature. E is equal to summation n equal minus infinity to infinity x of n modulus of x of n whole square. So here this is what the energy signal representation. And the power signal representation, P is equals to limit n turns to infinity 1 by 2n plus 1 summation n equal to minus n to n modulus of x of n whole square. This is the energy signal and power signal expressions. So here a signal, it is said to be energy signal only if the total energy of the signal is finite. If the total energy of the signal is said to be finite, then only that signal is said to be energy signal, and for the energy signal the power equals to 0. And similarly, when the signal is said to be a power signal only if the average power of the signal is finite. If the average power of the signal is finite, then the signal is said to be a power signal. For a power signal, the energy signal will be infinite. So if the signals that does not satisfy these two properties, then they are called as neither energy signals nor power signals. These are the definitions of energy and power signals. And what is the definition of analog signal and digital signal? So what is analog signal? Analogous in nature. The signal will be what it is having it is a continuous time signal. It is having a continuous time varying feature, and also here it is represented by some other time varying quantity, that is analogous to another time varying quantity, that is either voltage or current signal, that is analogous in nature, that is varying with respect to one time. Here in continuous time signal, what happened? The x of t take any value from interval minus infinity to infinity. So from minus infinity to infinity, this continuous time signal will be defined at any interval of time. That's why it is called as continuous time signal, and that is called as analog signal. And what is digital signal? Already we have seen digital signal, discrete signal, the same. It uses the discrete values to represent the information. So here the information represented by discrete values, that are nothing but numbers or letters, anything. So here the information in analogous signals is represented by sounds and images. Analog signals lo unnayemo sounds, images laga represent chestam, whereas digital signals aithe numbers and letters laga represent chestam. These are the basic signals we are having. Once go through the notes.